the negative aspects of social media come from, it's honestly just societal standards digitalized and put in your hands in front of you at all times. God, I've missed being a water dog. Like, it's my favorite.
This podcast contains discussions about sensitive topics.
And I'm not saying this to sound mean. And Brady has a tendency.
I quit my job for this.
Let Me Nostalgia Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to Let Me Nostalgia, episode 7, 6. Welcome to this episode of Let Me Nostalgia.
Yeah, it can just be that.
Welcome to the new episode of Let Me Nostalgia. My name is Faith, and I am here with...
My name is Brady.
Yeah.
I'm the other co-host. It's a good day. It's a good day today. I feel good today.
I do too, because I'm not shitting my pants. Like, I'm not sick anymore, so I feel good.
I love how you just said that so casually.
I mean, I don't care. Everyone has been there, okay? Like,
true.
Everyone has felt
true.
that. So how's your week going? How you doing?
Things are going good. Work's been busy, but it's been a good busy. And yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy that it's getting warmer.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna go to a tulip farm later this evening. I'm really excited about that. That'll be fun.
That is so fun. We have a tulip farm here too, and they did it where it's like, it's usually a pumpkin, like a corn maze thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the normal attraction of it, but then I guess they planted all the tulip seeds and stuff after the fall season ended. And it was a thing where I was looking online and they were like, the tulips will let you know when they're ready. And so there wasn't a date. Yeah, super cheesy. But there wasn't a date set on when the tickets would be available for the tulip farm. Was yours like that too?
I don't know.
Or do you know? Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm just tagging along. Yeah, we're all going. I just have an appreciation for tulips, especially in the spring, because it takes me back to Chicago. If you've been to Chicago in the spring, you know, like all along the streets, like the landscaping is pristine. It is beautiful.
It has to, because it's all buildings and concrete, so they have to make the little amount of grass like look really pretty.
But it looks so good, and tulips remind me of Chicago, so I'm excited about that. The blue bonnets are about to be in season. Texas is about to be really, really pretty for a little while until it gets 120 and everything dies again.
Scorched to filth. No, I think tulips are so pretty. I love tulips. But for me personally, anytime I have tulips in my house, and this is probably user error, like I'm doing it wrong. Anytime I have tulips in my house, I feel like they don't stay pretty that long. Maybe, like, I'm probably doing something wrong. But if I have carnations or sunflowers, like, or lilies, those shit that lasts forever in my house. Like, a couple weeks they still look good, but tulips I get like a good solid week, and then I'm like, okay, these are looking sad. But no, you have to send me pictures later because I want to see.
Oh, I will. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to see.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, like I said, I'm not feeling bad anymore, so I feel like a person. Do you know when, like, you're sick and you're like, I would give anything to be healthy and I'm going to be so nice to my body, and then you start feeling better and then you're like, I need to celebrate and drink 7 shots of tequila. And you're like, never mind.
No, I'm gonna celebrate by being trash and the absolute most trash I can be.
So
we never learn.
So I'm trying not to do that and like just like drink my green juice and my body is a temple and not be mean to it. But like, there's a part of me where it's like, it's pretty outside and it's warm and I'm not shitting myself, so I want to be shooting back. What? No, I'm not gonna do it. Me saying it makes me want to do it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's okay. But yeah, we're having a good week, and we hope that everyone else is having a good week.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tennessee made it to the Sweet 16.
Sure.
That's awesome for a third year in a row.
Sure.
But yeah, no, life's good. Yeah. I'm very excited for this summer. I'm really excited for the summer. I'm just excited to be outside more. I'm excited to be on the water. God, I've missed being a water dog. Like, it's my favorite. I love being in the water. Like any body of water. Like.
You're just like in a puddle. You're just like in a puddle doing like rain angels. And you're like, wee.
Teal and I both are in the fountain at the dog park. It's great.
You're just like, woo. And they're like, disregard him. He comes every Thursday. They're like, just switch days on when you bring your dog here because he's here every Thursday.
We don't have enough litigation yet to kick him out.
Yeah. They're like, too much paperwork. Like, he doesn't make too much of a mess. And then they're like, we just don't make eye contact and hope he goes away.
It's every Thursday though. At least he's consistent.
Yeah, you show up on like a safe day, and then the people there are like, shit, we gotta go. They're like, back up the cooler, get the leashes, we gotta go.
God, that'd be insane.
Yeah. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about social media. Today, that's the topic I'm bringing because I do not have social media. Well, we have our like podcast, Instagram, and things like that. But I do not have a personal social media account, nor have I had a personal social media account now for like 2 years. I deleted, and I was a very avid social media user, like way too much. And that was one of the reasons I deleted everything. And so I deleted all of my social media now. It's almost been my 2-year anniversary of not having anything. And it's cool. I like it.
I was about to say, how does that feel?
It feels good. It feels really good. It was hard. Like, it was difficult at first. And I think that was the scary part for me because I think that I relied on it too much. It's very easy when you want a distraction or it's a dead space in your day and you're just scrolling and it just then it's 45 minutes later and you're still scrolling. You're like, holy shit. Like,
or hours.
Yeah.
I'm very guilty of it.
Yeah. You just keep going. It's like because it's abundant. So there's so much that you can look at. And so, it's felt really good. I still have YouTube. That is the only, I guess, social media I have, but I deleted my Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, which is, I'm going to call it Twitter because fuck X.
It is.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter. Instagram, like I deleted all of it and it was really good. And I deleted it when I was pregnant with my daughter. And the reason I think I deleted it, I'm just taking over. Like, I'm holding the talking stick right now. I guess.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I know, but I'm just like...
We're all listening.
Yeah, everyone's so interested. No, but I think for me, my personal problem is we've talked about, I struggle with confidence and lots of insecurities here and there. And social media for me personally brought that out more, and it made me feel inadequate in some ways of my life. You have that comparison trap, like social media is easily curated for the viewer to see the very good parts of life, the traveling, the
highlights,
the trips, the traveling, the fun days, the aesthetics, the beautiful coffee latte art, whatever. Like, it's very meticulous in that. And for me, when I became a parent, like seeing how like other people, like the food they were making for their toddlers, like these elaborate toddler lunch meals that are shaped into flowers and butterflies and shit. And I'm like, I don't do that. And then it made me feel like a bad mom, like I wasn't doing enough. It made me feel like there's like all these romantic trips and stuff. And I'm like, am I a bad partner because we're not doing that? Like, is our marriage not healthy because me and my husband aren't doing that? But it's like, no, like, we don't have fucking money to do that. And most people don't have money to do that, And it's just showing, like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So for me personally, it was bad for me to fall in that comparison trap and try to see the bad things in my life because I was just seeing all these curated good things in other people's lives. And honestly, most of those people I don't give a shit about or I've never met. They're influencers that I've never met and I have no idea who they are. And so when I like decided to kind of deactivate my accounts for a while, and then I noticed myself still going back to them even when they were deactivated and re-downloading the app on my phone and stuff. And I was like, I just need to get rid of it altogether. And so I just deleted it. And it was one of the best things I've ever done for myself. And now like I don't think about it. Like I don't have that outlet. But I'm not saying, the thing is I think social media can also be used in an extremely healthy way, and I think it can be very useful. Like my husband's an artist, and most of his feed, like most of the stuff that his algorithm is art and painting and artists or music, because he's a musician too. So it'll be that. So I think it can be extremely beneficial for that. And that's why I kept YouTube, because YouTube is great for cooking videos and recipes and shit like that. And I don't want to get rid of that. So I'm not saying it's all bad, but for me personally, my brain and my heart is not strong enough right now in this moment to be in that environment, you know? And so
And that's fair.
And it's been really great for me to not have it and take a break. So yeah, passing the baton to Brady. I'll shut the fuck up now. That was a lot.
That was honestly.
I have been sick for a week and haven't been able to talk, and so now I'm just like, I need to speak to people.
Far away.
Like let's
100%.
Let's chat.
No, I agree with you. I think definitely like the negative aspects of social media come from, it's honestly just societal standards digitalized and put in your hands in front of you at all times that you always have access to. Now it's not blatantly forcing those societal standards on you, but they're there and they're abundant. And the more that you see of them, the more that you consume, the further you're going to fall into that.
Yeah.
As like, and for like me growing up, that looked like two kind of entities in a sense. I think like definitely like with like body image issues and everything. My I guess journey like growing up is interesting because I've struggled with my weight, not from being too heavy, but from being too thin almost my entire life. So that was always the thing that I was self-conscious about, was like how thin I was. Now,
and people said that shit to you too. They felt like like they had the space to be like, oh, like lanky, or put some meat on your bones, or like shit like that.
Right. But also like anyone who has met me knows I eat like a hoss. Like I love food. So but it's honestly like it's not that. And it has honestly nothing to do with that. It's just who I am.
That's why your body's built.
Exactly. But like I know growing up it was always the standard to have this like athletic build and just be extremely muscular, because like high muscle and like muscular like body images is equivalent to like strength.
Yeah.
And that there's always that comparison and everything like that. So it's like you have to strive to this to get this. You have to become this in order to receive this. And that's not the case. You can already have it exactly who you are, no matter what you look like or what there's. Again, I feel like we talked about this in the previous episode, but there's no checklist, there's no tick mark. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. It took me a while to learn that, and that's why thankfully I don't have those same like insecurities, because I've already worked that within myself. But I know growing up that was one of the major ones. Now one of the tricky ones that I'm still navigating is what defines like success. Is it like finances, like where you're supposed to be in your 30s? Is it like family, like where are you at family wise at 30? So I think there's that inadvertent what's the word I'm looking for? Unintended, I guess, underlying message of this is where you're supposed to be at this time, because look around, all of your friends, everywhere you look, everywhere else is doing this. So like
And you're getting, I think too, it's interesting. Well, thank you for being so vulnerable, Brady. Thank you for sharing that. No, seriously.
I mean,
it's hard.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because I feel like that's a very common like thing, especially like what you were talking about earlier about those negative aspects of social media. Like, what does that look like? Like for me, and I feel like for a lot of others, those are like two of the major points is just like monetary status and family status and career status and all of these different things. So
and I think it's interesting too because I've got like some points to we'll go back. I'll pepper in what I'm thinking of. But first, like, I'm really glad that you brought up like success and what that looks like because there's so many mixed views on that, especially in social media, because you have those fucking red pill alpha males doing their thing, being like success is money and this and being single or submission, whatever. Like it's more of like this single bachelor life up until their 40s, 50s, whatever that looks like. And that is their level of success, is just making the most money and having little amount of like connective relationships kind of thing. And then you have some people where their level of success is growing their family, like having many kids or this or that. Or some people's level of success is living in a school bus and traveling the world, you know, or traveling the country. Like, so you're getting so many mixed messages of these people saying that this is successful, but I think it's so curated to how you feel and what you think is successful, you know. And some people it might be owning their own business, it might be how much money is in their bank account, which is fine. Some people it might be the relationships that they have. Some people it might be traveling, it might be their friendships, it might be their hobbies. Like they find success in those things, or it can be a mix of many of those things too. So I think it's super interesting, and it is hard to like fall down in that trap of being like, well, this person is the same age as I am, or they're even younger than I am, and they are deemed more quote unquote successful than I am. And it's hard to see because you're like, I feel so far behind. Like, what am I doing? You know, they're fucking,
and it's a trap.
They're doing the hustle, they're doing the grind, like, and then you have, and that's the thing with everything on social media. Everything is very like almost contradicting itself, because it's like this diet is the healthiest diet, and then it's like, no, don't do this diet, do this diet, it's better. Don't drink water, it's bad for you. Don't eat oats, they're bad for you. Don't eat meat, it's bad. Like, it's just, there's so many different things, and these people saying things with such confidence where you're like, shit, like, what am I supposed to do? Or like working out, exercise, your body should look like this to be desirable, or to be look strong, or to be healthy or whatever. But everyone's fucking different, you know, like everyone is built different. Everyone's brain works different, everyone's heart works different, and everyone's body works different. And I think that it is so hard to, I think social media is really good at doing a blanket statement of these things, of this is what health is, this is what success is, this is what good parenting is, this is what good like hobbies are, this is, it's like, no, stop. They're like, stop with all these rules, stop doing this,
literally,
and that's the hard part about it. And I think we grew up with that, because I'm in like late 20s, you're in early 30s, so we grew up watching this just like tick up, like this, the rise of social media tick up and stuff. So we were there at the beginning of it when like Facebook just started and fucking MySpace started, and Vine. Do you remember Vine?
I do remember Vine.
Vine was so great.
I do remember Vine.
I loved Vine. But we like were there during that, and so just seeing the transition, and it's not just like funny memes anymore. Now it's just more of like, it just makes me feel bad about myself. And for me personally, it has a lot of positive qualities, I think, and some people can make their jobs out of it, and that's incredible. Like, that's awesome, but it just makes me feel bad about myself. And so I totally get what you're saying. And yeah, it's just hard. And I'm sorry you struggled with that growing up. Like, I know you did, but I don't think I realized how, I guess, serious, and it wasn't like something like, I don't think I realized how serious some of those comments or seeing certain people was for you, because you always hear, I think, I'm glad you're talking about this, because I think it's interesting. because there is like this might be a hot take, but there is a little bit of a double standard, I feel like, when it comes to like male body image issues and how serious that is taken, because I think it can be seen as similar of how women feel too. Like women are definitely more objectified. I will say that women are definitely.
Oh no, I will agree.
Women are definitely. I'm a very much a feminist, but women are definitely more objectified. Absolutely, and women there's more pressure, and then you have it's like more in your face. You know, it's like you have.
It's very very blatant.
It's more in your face and being like, this is what's sexy. This is what is healthy. This is how you should look. Like Victoria's Secret models are size zeros. Like you should be like that kind of stuff. And that's been embedded in us as women for a very long time. And I think it's interesting for you to talk about like how men feel, or certain men feel, when it comes to that comparison and feeling like, oh, I don't look the way I should. Because that's something personally I've never thought about, because I'm so fucking selfish, and in my own head I'm just like thinking about like women. I'm just like like women's rights. Like women need the fight right now because our rights are being stripped away. But also like no, I think it's important too, because men do struggle with that, and it's not as voiced, I feel like, as women struggling with that. So So I'm glad you brought that up. Is there still like, I don't know, in high school, do you think like, did you compare yourself to like your friends and things like that? Like they're like they're like MySpace shirtless pictures and shit like that they would always post, and selfies or whatever. Like, was that an issue?
Well, not just that, it was like just in life as well. Like that was just more of like, I mean, social media definitely like enhanced that, but just like in life as well, like you'll have friends that are like kind of like you said, that are like kind of dogging on you that you're not nearly as strong, that like your squat is some of theirs like bench press, like max, like
and you're like, fuck you, I'm trying my best.
Right, exactly. I was born with this. I can't do nothing about it. I'm trying. Exactly. So, but for me, it's kind of like, especially with social media, you have to create that boundary, because of that boundary of what you consume. Because if you're continually consuming all of these different aspects of it that are making you feel a certain way, then it's got you in its grasp at that point. Kind of the same thing with like those same body image insecurities. For me, it's more like the most important thing is just to be healthy. Is if you're healthy, it does not fucking matter what you look like, as long as you feel good, as long as you feel good, like body, mind, and soul. That's all you need. Like I don't need to look a certain way to feel confident. I don't need to look a certain way in order to feel like I'm healthy or successful. I'm healthy and successful right now. So I think just but honestly, like it is like you have to have that boundary, but you also have to have that reassurance. And going back to where, like we've said before, you have to be your own hype man in that instance.
Question.
Of course.
Just because we're talking about like body image right now, but like, are you scared of aging? Like, are you scared of how you're like?
Yeah, in a sense.
Not just like health wise, of like your knees hurting more, or like possible health problems as you get older, but just like your appearance aging. Like, is that something that you're concerned about?
I mean,
you're not going to sound shallow. It's okay. Just be honest.
Maybe a little bit, just because like I guess my biggest fear that I know is already like going to be happening at some point is once I start losing my hair. That's like, damn, just because I've like grown so fond of my hair over the years. So that's the biggest thing. That's one thing where I'm like, shit. So
you might defy the odds. Who knows? And maybe
I might. You never know.
Yeah, it might not be as bad as you're expecting. Like, expect the worst and then be surprised when you still have some hair. So that might be fine.
I look forward to actually getting to an age where I look like an old man, but someone sees me, like some stranger, and they're like, I know that motherfucker has some stories to tell.
Oh,
And you're damn right I do.
Jesus. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, no, I was just curious about that because that's interesting.
No, that's a good question. That's a
Yeah.
good question. I'm kind of like just looking forward to it because I hope I get to be old.
Yeah.
I hope that, and I like fingers crossed, yes, but like I hope I get to reach an age to where I become an old man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's very true. I don't think I'm scared to age. I think
Good.
I'm excited about it actually.
good.
I think I'm excited for my hair to change and like to get like gray hairs, which I'm excited for crow's feet.
Those start popping up.
Oh, they already have because I'm a stress ball of a human being, and so I have like straight silver hairs now, like very vivid silver hairs. But that's more from stress than like age because I'm not even there. I'm in my 20s and I have silver hairs. But
Honestly, no. I started getting gray hair at like 26.
you have it in your beard quite a bit and like your
I do have it
mustache
in
and
my
stuff.
beard,
I feel like yours comes in your facial hair more right now than
Yeah.
your hair on your head. But no, I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know. I'm viewing it differently than I used to. I used to be scared of it, but now that, and this might sound really cheesy and weird, but like once I had a daughter, my viewpoint shifted on like appearance and like my appearance and like what I was scared of and like what was necessary to feel beautiful and things like that. And so I think I'm excited. I used to hate my laugh lines, and I'm excited to like have my laugh lines now because they're there for a reason, and I think it can be a beautiful thing. Yeah, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
It is going to be good.
I think it'll be good. I'm excited to. Yeah, and it's a privilege to get older. Like every year is a privilege to have because there's a lot of people that don't, unfortunately, have that opportunity, and so it is something like I'm just trying to take it in. And I think having my daughter did change. It changed a lot of, like I said, what I deem beautiful, because before it was a lot of like I could not leave the house without my toenails painted. Like, very small thing, but I hate my toes. And so I always had to have my toenails painted. I had to have them covered up. I hated my toenails. Like I just, that's one thing about me. I don't know why I did it, but that was my thing. Like I had to have toenail polish on my toes. And then like once I got pregnant with her, I couldn't really reach my toes anymore, and we couldn't afford pedicures. So I was like, I'm just going to have to go a bit without getting my toenails painted. And then once she was born, it was just like this weird thing in me flipped where I started like, this sounds so weird, but like loving my natural toenails. It sounds weird, but like not feeling like like I can wear sandals out in public and I don't feel like disgusting because I don't have toenail polish on, which is how I felt before. But I'm like, no, it's not. This is the way I was born. Just like she is. I'm like, her toenails are the cutest little thing. And she's just this little newborn and she's a little baby. And I don't want her to feel like she has to have her toes painted to go out in public because she's perfect and beautiful the way she is. And it's like, why am I viewing her in that light when I'm being so harsh on myself, you know? So that's one little thing that like changed. And so, yeah, that's it. So I haven't had toenail polish on in 2 years either. Or social media. The big 2 years. Do you remember when Mom had those MySpace pages?
Yep. Those fan pages.
Tell us about that.
She had, oh my goodness.
Speaking of social media, this was our like initiation into social media.
Yeah, so it was when MySpace was big. I really enjoyed MySpace. I thought the structure was good. Like like you could honestly create like your own page if you knew how to code it correctly, like 100%.
But I used to watch my friends like top friends. And if I wasn't in them, then I would get really, really upset.
It was that started so many fights.
So
it started so much drama.
There were issues with that, but when you were in the top friends, like you were Gucci.
You were Gucci. One thing I loved about MySpace is when they added profile songs. And you could add music. That was cool. That was cool. But no, anyway, yeah, our mother had created fan pages like that honestly had like 10,000 friends.
Did it have that much? I don't know if it had that much.
I think the Julia Roberts one did.
Julia.
And I'm not even joking when I say that.
There were multiple. Like
She had a Julia Roberts one. She had a Sandra Bullock one. Maybe it was the Sandra Bullock. It was one of the two. Those were the first two. She had a fucking Reese Witherspoon one.
Oh my God, she did have Reese. She had a Rachel McAdams one.
She had a Rachel McAdams one. I think she had the most she had at one point was 5.
Did she have men? Well, those are all women. Did she have any male actors? Did she have a Matthew McConaughey? Did she have a Matthew McConaughey one?
I feel like no, I don't remember. But yeah,
she had a Robert Downey Jr. one.
Interesting.
Yeah, she had a Robert Downey Jr. one.
That must have happened later.
I knew she had one male actor in it, but it was mostly like female actresses. But yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
I didn't know that she had that many followers. No, so this bitch had all these pages. Had all these pages. And I'm telling you, she put more effort into that MySpace page than she did with any of our childhoods. Like,
yeah.
That was like her.
That was her baby.
That was her baby. Unpaid internship that she had to prove herself with. Like that was what she did. And so it would be. And the thing is too, like she would make me do some things for it too. Like I would have to like edit pictures. Like
you were the unpaid intern.
Yeah, I was the unpaid intern too. I was the unpaid intern to the unpaid intern. But she would like make me like Photoshop and edit pictures. So it'd be like a picture of this actress, and then I would have to do like Happy Friday and like Photoshop like Happy Friday on it and make like little edits to it and stuff. And then you would have to send it out to every single friend every Friday. Every single friend. And she would make me do that sometimes. And it was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
It took so much.
I remember those crazy comments that had the sparkles and everything.
Yeah. It was like Photoshop shit. And then, oh my God, I just remembered something. So she had like a couple of people on those pages that she had like a friendship with, like an actual friendship with. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And there was one in particular that she had a friendship with that we'll call her Jackie. She went by the name Jackie. That's not her name. I'm just making something up. But she went by the name Jackie. And she lived in like California or something. And I think Mom sent her our address, and they would like send cards and like little care packages and stuff back and forth.
I think you're right.
Do you fucking remember that?
I do remember that. Yep.
Our adult.
Now I remember who you're talking about.
Someone she had never met, never spoken to, like on the phone. Like they had each other's like phone numbers and they would text or something. Did she talk to this person on the phone?
I think she did talk to this person, because I think I've talked to this person on the phone once.
You've talked to this person on the phone?
I'm not going to lie.
You talked to Jackie?
I think I did. I think I
did.
I think I talked to Jackie. I'm not even going to lie.
Oh, shit.
Did I
talk to Jackie?
Maybe.
No, but Jackie, like, knew our life, knew our family. Like, they would send, like...
It was almost like she was a pen pal.
She was like our great aunt or something. Mom was sending, like... Probably sent, like, her social security number to Jackie. Like, she was sending personal, like I said, like, family photos and cards and gifts and stuff back to one another. Doesn't that sound bizarre to you as you think about it now as an adult? Like... Would you?
A little bit, yeah. I mean...
Would you... I'm sure she was getting catfished. There is no way that Jackie was Jackie. Like, she was getting catfished.
It's possible. It's very possible.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
How many...
I just remember that time period, and that was wild.
Yeah. It was like I said, she would, like, stay up all night and work on those MySpace pages. And we would wake up in the morning and be like, Mom, you have to take us to school. And she's like, you don't know how hard I've been working all night trying.
No, she would tell us everything she did on the way to school.
I know. And then she would have a seizure and we would just like go off a cliff.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Don't. That's, yeah. That's happened a time or two. Anywho.
Oh no. We can make we'll make an episode. Because there's so many, we will make an episode about that. About just like,
Yeah.
about car accidents. Avoidable car accidents.
That we shouldn't have had to live through.
No, we shouldn't have, but we did.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, yeah, I'm not trying to go back. I'm not trying to say that social media is bad. That's not.
No.
I think
And
it can be used very well, but it's bad for me.
Yeah. I love it as a tool to just because I have so many people around the country that I love, and it's a real good job of communicating.
It's
it
a
does
good
a real
tool,
good
yeah.
job. It's a good tool of communicating with them, keeping up with them on their lives as well. So I think if you use it for that full intention and don't get lost in the distractions,
Yeah.
you're golden.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just like having a good balance of it. And I think maybe, and I'm not saying I'm going to never have a social media account or an Instagram, a personal Instagram ever again. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm trying to like fucking get my own shit together first and be in a healthier place before I do that. And hopefully
Yeah.
one day I will be where it's not going to impact me as much as it used to. Because it used to really, like, it's rough. And I feel like probably a lot of people feel that way. It's just hard to not compare and be like, oh, I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. and drinking Japanese matcha and then going to a Pilates class and getting back and showering with like 40 products for my hair. You know, like my life doesn't look like that. And so what am I
Yeah.
doing wrong? And my life doesn't feel fulfilled. I think that was my problem. I felt like my life was not as fulfilled because seeing what other people were doing, which is it's such a small 30-second, like I said, curated clip of what their life looks like. And seeing that was enough for me to be like, to go to spiral and be like, my life doesn't look like this, so it's not good, you know?
Right.
And that's not true. That's not true
It's
at all.
not. It's not. And there's nothing wrong with like just doing just what fulfills you.
Yeah.
Like whatever that looks like. And if you want to document it, awesome. If you don't want to document it, that's cool too. Like it's kind of like you said, that falling into the rabbit hole of, am I doing enough?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get that. Okay, what are you listening to this week?
ooh, this week.
We'll wrap this one up. We've been
I've been
babbling.
listening to a whole lot of Doechii lately. Doechii is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, she's so good.
She's everywhere right now.
She
Like,
is nuts too. She is wild. I
everywhere.
love her to death. A lot of Doechii. What else am I listening to? Lumineers' new album is really good.
I have not heard that, but I like the Lumineers.
It's really, really good.
Okay.
State Champ's new album is really, really good. I feel like I've been listening to something that I can't think of right now. Been listening to a fuck ton of Grizz because Grizz is back. And I am going to Valley of the Seven Stars in October. And I am so excited.
Is that a music festival?
Yes, so that is Grizz's music festival. This is the first one. It is on
Okay, I was
a
like, I've never
farm
heard
in-
of that. So is that been around?
It's first one. No, first one. It's on a farm in Virginia. I'm going with a couple of my really, really good friends. I am so excited, though. I am so excited. I cannot wait to meet so many people and just have a grand old time dancing my ass off all weekend. So
That'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Jonas Brothers is coming to Knoxville in November. They just
that would be awesome.
They just
Y'all should
posted their
go.
tour dates today, and they're
Uh-huh.
going to be in Knoxville in November, and they're celebrating like their 20 years in music.
That would be
And
awesome.
I was like, Jonas Brothers would probably be a pretty good show.
Yeah.
It would be fun. It'd be a fun show.
Y'all should go. Y'all should go.
Yeah.
And I've also been listening to a lot of John Bellion. John Bellion's back. And
I don't know who
that's
these
exciting.
people. I don't know who like 70% of your people are.
I
But that's
did-
okay.
you-
That's the point of this, is so I can.
You need to listen to the music that I send you.
Yeah, so I do every time. You bet. It's great.
Anywho, what are you listening to?
My husband and I both have been listening to a lot of Lawrence. Have you heard of Lawrence?
Lawrence is good.
Yeah,
Lawrence is good.
they're coming to like a venue in Knoxville area this fall too, and so my husband's been like listening to them, and so I've been kind of listening at home whenever he's playing them. I've been listening to them. I've been listening to a lot of Monsters and Men. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm in that vibe right now, but
that's a good springtime vibe.
I feel like
that's
it's
a
more
really
fall.
good springtime. It's a combination of the two.
Maybe I feel like it's more fallish, but I don't know. I've been listening to Of Monsters and Men a lot, and that's kind of it. And I'm still on my fucking 50s housewife bangers kick too.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be around for a while. That's probably going to
honestly, as it should be. As it should.
And the playlist I found is like a very long playlist. Like it's like 7 hours long or something like that, or 5 hours long.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
it's going to be a while. But yeah, that's what I'm listening to. And if you are listening still, let us know what you're listening to. Because I will definitely listen, because I listen to everything everyone sends me, right, Brady?
Oh,
I always listen to
I
music.
will listen. I will listen.
Brady will listen. I'll get to it. I'll try to listen.
She'll add it to the list.
Yeah, that's what I say every time. I'm like, yeah, noted. I'll add it. And then I'm just like, forget about it. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us again. This one's been fun. Little social media chat. Yeah, and so our socials will be linked below. Right?
Speaking of which, yes.
I know,
yes.
No, it's so funny because like, did Eddie tell you about this? No, so my husband Eddie edits all of our episodes, and he does a fantastic job. But Brady and I will listen to the episodes before we like. Eddie will send them to us. We listen to them and make like cuts or clips or comments, like our notes that we take from the episode, and send it back to him. And so sometimes he doesn't listen to a full episode all the way through. He'll listen to like most of it, but not all of it. But I said something where I was like, you've been like putting our social medias like in the description. Like I was like, you've been putting our social medias below, right? And he was like, what do you mean below? Like where below? Like where do they go? And I was like, I've been saying in every episode our social medias are below. And he's like, below where? And I'm like in the description. I don't know. And he's like, no, I have not been doing that because you didn't tell me.
We're new here.
I was like,
it's fine.
I was like,
we're
whoops.
new here.
I was like, I signed you up. I was like, can you please start putting our socials in the description now? And so they should be.
That's amazing.
So every time now, from future reference, when I say our socials are linked below, it's a little funny thing because he's like, below where?
Below what?
He's like, where the fuck do you want them? And I was like, I've just been subbing you in and you didn't even know. But anyway, we should have our social medias.
Yes.
Our social media handles in the description. We post episodes every Tuesday. And so, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here. I do want to give a shout out because we actually came over or noticed a recent milestone. We have had 100 total listeners.
Yeah, we
in
have.
a short amount of time.
Which is
that,
insane.
That was just cool. That's just cool, and that's just really, really. I'm just very, very proud of this, and I'm very, very thankful for y'all. Like I said, this was just an idea that we had to just share ideas and be like, you know what, let's just do it because we want to create something, and it's cool that y'all think it's cool. So thank y'all for checking us out. New episode coming out every Tuesday. Oh yes, and send us your music recs as well. Send us what you're listening to. And as always, thank y'all for listening. My name is Brady.
And I'm Faith. And this is Let Me Nostalgia. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Thank y'all. Bye.
And I'm not saying this to sound mean, but like, who cares?
I quit my job for this.
Let Me Nostalgia Podcast.